Hi, today I wanted to share with you about how I ripen my tomatoes inside. So I pick my tomatoes off the bush when they are at this pink stage or blushing point, kind of like this. So just slightly pink on one side. When they stay inside where you have controlled temperature, they ripen evenly, they don't crack, the bugs don't get them, the birds don't pick them. You get to enjoy your tomatoes, not the critters and not the bugs. Also what it does is it increases the yield of your tomatoes, because now that you've picked these tomatoes and those tomatoes, what your plant now does is it uses its energy to ripen the green tomatoes that are on the bush and to develop new fruit. So this is how you will increase the yield of your tomatoes. Your tomatoes will ripen indoors and they will be very nice and even, no cracking. You'll save your crop. You will have a ton of tomatoes. The flavor will be amazing, because tomatoes don't really do well in the heat and humidity. The heat over 85, 90 degrees is actually not very good for tomatoes. They start cracking. So here's one example. I had a tomato that cracked, didn't pick it off the bush in time, and you can see it started cracking all across. The bugs will get into those tomatoes. When tomato ripen on a bush, the skin becomes soft and it's very easy for bugs to get into them at that point. And the flavor is amazing when you bring them inside, because they're not mushy. They will ripen in 2-3 days. So here I have over 200 tomatoes, and I only have 24 plants, and 2 of which are cherry tomatoes, and the rest are heirloom tomato varieties like this. So 200 tomatoes, 1 table full, and I have picked 4 or 5 tables like this. I have canned them. We ate them fresh in salads and sandwiches. I gave a ton away to my friends and neighbors, and I still have a lot. So when you start doing this, be ready with a plan as to what you're going to do with these tomatoes, because they're going to start coming in fast. You'll get a lot of tomatoes this way. Tomatoes do need to have their bottom leaves to be removed from the plant so it doesn't touch the ground, because that's where the fungal diseases come from. And they need their suckers to be pruned off. You can leave 2 to 3 suckers on the plant, close to the first cluster of your fruit forming on the main stem. And that way you will have high yield. You bring them inside early, and you'll have a ton of amazing tomatoes. Look at these. They are beautiful. When you add a fertilizer into your planting hull that's full of nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, then the tomatoes grow really well. And then at the blooming stage, you want to make sure to give them calcium. So when you bring tomatoes inside, you want to make sure you store them in the spot that is away from direct sunlight. They will just store better that way. And just be ready, have a game plan, because you will get a lot of tomatoes. I have been gardening for 20 years probably, and I've been ripening my tomatoes this way for the last 5-6 years, and I really like the results. I hope you will enjoy this too.